2 New Japan Cup tournaments this year. We are very, very blessed, aren't we? I'm Joe Ritlin with my review of New Japan Strong, the U.S. Cup quarterfinals. 8 U.S.-based New Japan talents putting on a great tournament here, at least a great start to the tournament. Semifinals next week, finals the following week. And apparently the New Japan Strong concept is going to be part of this whole New Japan of America, this brand that is just going to push into the U.S. market, feature some talents, and I'm all for it, honestly. I really think having a weekly 1-hour show to just start to build the New Japan of America brand and just get more faces out there is really the right way to go. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and who would you like to see featured on New Japan Strong in the coming weeks? So we have Kevin Kelly, Alex Kozlov on commentary. It's great to hear from Alex Kozlov, longtime wrestler, very good wrestler as well, and just great to hear Kevin Kelly calling New Japan again. I know that he's done English commentary dubs for the various events since they've come back, but I like to watch them live, so I've just been watching the Japanese commentary. And Kevin Kelly, in my opinion, one of the best wrestling commentators going to date. I would argue one of the best of the last 25 years. So the Cup winners are a recap. Carl Fredericks, always Alpha Carl Fredericks versus Kenta, who had hair. It actually kind of reminded me of hair I had when I was in college. I had bleached it and then let it grow out, and I just refused to cut it. Carl's going to be a goddamn star. Kenta took over for a bit. One funny line that, definitely warrants phrasing being said. Just blasting him open here. Well then, Carl did get the single leg crab, which was really nice, but Kenta eventually hit the GTS and got the victory, because of course he was going to. Carl Fredericks is very, very good, though. And then we get Tongaloa versus Jeff Cobb. It was good to see both back in the ring. Jeff Cobb was actually at one of the last indie events I went to, and it was great. I got to meet him at a show in 2018. Got to meet him briefly at that event. Really, really nice guy. Tango was using heel tactics. Cobb just with tremendous power. Tongaloa would eventually ground him, but eventually tore the islands. 1, 2, 3. Not going to be a very long review here. These matches were of quality from okay to decent. It was just nice to, be able to get these guys back in the ring. They were short matches. None of them went over 10 minutes. I think the longest one might have been Kenta versus Carl Fredericks, and it was 9:59. But that being said, you don't need to make every single match long. Just pack it with some good action, some good storytelling, build some good stories, and there you go. You can build a brand easily, especially with some good talents. Chase Owens versus David Finley. Chase Owens is a good talent. I just don't care about the guy. I just find him boring. David Finley, he looks in good shape. Chase also looks like he's in good shape. It looks like both have used quarantine and used this time to rest their bodies and everything, heal their bodies, especially David, who came back from shoulder surgery. It was fine. There was a heavy elbow strike from Chase Owens. That looked pretty deadly, but eventually, David Finley hitting the move off the ropes. What was it? Prima Noche? Is that what the fuck it's called? Prima Noche? I actually forget because I haven't seen David Finley wrestle for a while. But he gets a victory. He advances. And then we get Brody King. Funny story about Brody King, really quickly. He was at one of the last indie shows I went to, and during intermission, he had wrestled in the first match. Somebody wanted to pay with a 50 to get some merch from him, and he didn't have change. Well, I had change and hadn't bought all that much merch, so I gave it to him, and he was like, oh, thanks. No worries. It was the least I could do to help some people out. I mean, it's who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't do that in that situation? I mean, come on. Help the wrestlers out. They're the ones taking the goddamn bumps. The least we can do as fans is when we have the opportunity to help them out. Brody King, also a really nice guy. Tama Tonga, got to see him live at a couple indie shows last July. Clean shaven. That's going to take a bit of getting used to. Brody just dominated Tama Tonga for a while. Tama did hit some moves, but just couldn't quite get it, but eventually hit the Tongan twist and the gun stun and beat Brody pretty quickly. Brody dominated for a bit, but that was about it. That was really all there was there. And then we had a couple post-match comments once they got backstage. Really, really nice stuff. I don't know what they're going to do as far as, are they just going to have 2 tournament matches, or are they going to have 2 undercard matches? Maybe they'll utilize some of the LA Dojo Young Lions. Regardless, I'm very excited to see where New Japan Strong goes, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.